Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, Kayla Nicole, found herself back in the public eye when Taylor Swift, now engaged to Kelce, dropped a new album called The Life of a Showgirl, and the internet buzzed about a possible diss aimed at Kayla in one of the tracks. Kayla didn't directly address the drama. Instead, she used her Instagram to show strength, maturity, and a sense of self-worth, posting photos from a Hollywood Confidential dinner in Los Angeles. She wore a brown silk halter dress, her hair styled in a curly bob, and captioned her photos with a message about sharing a table with the most iconic girlfriends of all time, women whose art reflected and inspired her throughout different stages of her life. She thanked the event hosts and specifically honored Mara Keel, whose work she described as giving generations both a language and a lens. Kayla's caption made it clear she was focusing on empowerment and sisterhood. In a subtle response to the rumors and speculation, Kayla posted an Instagram story, sharing a clip from America's Next Top Model where Ava Marcille, when asked how she compares herself to other girls, responded confidently that she doesn't compare herself to anyone else. "I'm Eva. I'm no comparison to anyone else." Kayla drove home her stance by sharing a meme that read, "And when God gives you ball, ball." A phrase encouraging people to seize opportunities with courage and boldness rather than shrinking in the face of challenges. The internet's attention, however, remained fixed on the supposed feud, especially after Taylor's track Opalite included lines that fans believed referenced Kayla's past with Kelce. Swift sang lyrics like, "You couldn't understand it? Why you felt alone? You were in it for real. She was in her phone, and you were just a pose," which many interpreted as a jab at Kayla, referencing a resurfaced video of Kelce complaining about her being on her phone during their relationship. The speculation grew more intense, and fans dissected every line, convinced Taylor was shading Kayla for allegedly being with Kelce for clout. Kayla and Travis Kelce dated on and off for over 5 years before breaking up in 2022. Since then, Kelce's relationship with Taylor Swift has been a constant headline, with their engagement making waves across both sports and entertainment media. Meanwhile, Kayla, host of the Pre-Game with Kayla Nicole podcast, found herself repeatedly accused of bringing up her past with Kelce to stay relevant. Critics claimed she was using the breakup for attention, but Kayla addressed them directly, saying, "Life handed me lemons and I made a lemon martini out of it, and that upsets people." Despite the noise, Kayla maintained that she isn't bitter about Kelce's new relationship, and in fact, she considers it a compliment. In an interview with People magazine following Kelce and Swift's engagement, Kayla shared that her biggest lesson in 2025 was realizing that the opinions of others are only as big as you make them. She emphasized that if she doesn't allow people's opinions to affect her, then they simply won't. Kayla pointed out how social media can make us feel like the whole world is watching, when in reality it's just a small slice of life. If you're enjoying the story, hit subscribe to stay in the loop with the latest updates. Kayla's perspective on Kelce and Swift's relationship stands out for its honesty and positivity. On her podcast, a listener called in for advice on how to handle seeing an ex with someone new, especially if the new partner is attractive. Kayla responded candidly, saying that as women, it can be tough to admit when the new girlfriend is hot, but there's no shame in acknowledging it. She compared it to losing a playoff game to a team that goes on to win the championship, saying if you're going to lose, lose to the best. She wanted her ex to go do your big one. Make me look good, right? She added that it's much worse if your ex ends up with someone unimpressive because then everyone, including you, is left questioning your taste. Now you look stupid, he looks stupid, we all look stupid. Everyone's questioning your taste, like, what the frick are you doing? Kayla's comments resonated with many listeners who admired her self-confidence and refusal to be dragged into public drama. She made it clear she doesn't let other people's opinions shape her self-worth, nor does she dwell on comparisons. Her approach was to support other women, celebrate their achievements, and keep her focus on personal growth and opportunities. The internet, though, continued to scrutinize Kayla's every move, with some accusing her of trying to stay in the limelight by referencing her past with Kelce. Still, her social media presence told a different story. one of resilience, positivity, and camaraderie. After Taylor Swift's album release and the speculation around the lyrics, Kayla remained calm and poised, choosing to highlight her own accomplishments rather than respond to negativity. She used her platform to uplift herself and others, showing that she's moved on and isn't interested in being drawn into drama. At the Hollywood Confidential dinner, Kayla mingled with actresses, creators, and influential women, sharing stories about their journeys and the impact they've had on culture. She posted about how important it was to recognize and celebrate visibility, sisterhood, and the power of storytelling. The event honored Mara Braca Keel, and Kayla's tribute to her showed how much she values trailblazers who pave the way for others. During this period, Kayla was active on social media, posting motivational quotes, sharing lighthearted memes, and encouraging her followers to be bold and take their shot when opportunities arise. She consistently avoided negative commentary, instead spotlighting the women around her and the joys in her own life. Even as fans and media continued to speculate about the supposed feud, Kayla's actions spoke louder than any rumor. She chose to focus on her work, her friends, and her growth, making it clear that she wasn't interested in competing with Taylor Swift or anyone else for attention or validation. In her podcast, Kayla continued to share advice with her listeners, drawing from her own experiences with heartbreak, public scrutiny, and moving forward. She talked about the importance of self-love, the value of surrounding yourself with supportive friends, and the power of letting go of negativity. Kayla's message was always one of empowerment, urging women to recognize their worth and not let anyone else define their happiness. When asked about Taylor and Travis's engagement, Kayla simply wished them well and reiterated that she's focused on her own path. She didn't harbor resentment, instead viewing the situation as a chance to grow and learn. Her mature outlook won her praise from fans who appreciated her honesty and grace under pressure. The media may have tried to pit Kayla and Taylor against each other, but Kayla refused to play into the narrative. She didn't respond to supposed diss tracks, nor did she attack her ex or his new fiancé. Instead, she kept her head high, celebrating her own achievements and the successes of the women around her. Her Instagram posts were filled with messages of positivity, encouragement, and self-assurance, a stark contrast to the drama swirling online. Kayla's approach to the situation became a model for others dealing with public breakups and the scrutiny that comes with them. She demonstrated that it's possible to move on with dignity, to support other women, and to focus on personal growth rather than getting caught up in negativity. Her message was simple. Don't compare yourself to others. Celebrate your own journey, lift up those around you, and don't let the opinions of strangers determine your happiness. As Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship continued to dominate headlines, Kayla found her own way to shine, not by seeking attention, but by staying true to herself and her values. Her story became one of resilience and empowerment, a reminder that it's possible to move forward gracefully, even when the world is watching. If you appreciate stories of strength and positivity, remember to subscribe for more updates. Kayla's journey from heartbreak to healing resonated with many, especially those who have faced similar challenges. She showed that while the past may shape us, it doesn't have to define us. By focusing on personal growth, supporting others, and keeping a positive outlook, Kayla turned a difficult situation into an opportunity for growth and inspiration.